Hello everyone. So now this is the time for our class project, and this is class project 1 where I'll be showing you guys by making a basic logo in Photoshop. Okay? So I'll show you how to create a basic logo in Photoshop over here. First, we will see what are the steps that we need to follow. Then we'll move on to Photoshop itself. So now let's move on to the steps, what all we need to follow over here. So over here on my screen, as you guys can see, the name of the class project is making a basic logo in Photoshop. And for description, creating a basic logo in Adobe Photoshop involves a series of steps. The logo designing process is to keep it simple and using proper typography and colors. So now let's move on to the steps, what all we need to follow. Create a new document. Step 2, make a new layer and put shapes accordingly. Step 3, choose the font which suits your design. Step 4, apply the color accordingly. Step 5, align all the shapes and text. Step 6, save the file and upload it in our project panel. And for outcome, when you create a basic logo in Adobe Photoshop, the outcome is a polished, professional logo that can represent a brand, organization, or personal project. So, the outcome of creating a basic logo in Photoshop is a well crafted, versatile, and professional logo that effectively communicates the brand's identity and can be used across various platforms and materials. So now we will move on to Photoshop and we will see the whole process in Photoshop itself. So over here on my screen, again, you guys can see I'm in the home page of Photoshop. First thing first, let's click on new file. Let's create a new document. Let's name this one as class project 1. Okay, so let's name this as class project 1. Okay, I will check the width and the height. I will check what is the unit am I using. Okay, I will check out the color mode and also the background color. And once you're done, let's click on create over here. And first thing first, let's come here and let's unlock this first layer. Okay, so I will just unlock this layer. And if you do want to create up a new layer, you guys can come here and you guys can create up a new layer right over here itself. Okay, and after that, let's take up a text over here. I will take my text tool, which is the horizontal type tool, and let me take my selection tool right over here, and let me just place it right over here in the center. Let's double click and let's type arcade textiles. Okay, so I will just type this one down, and now again let's take my selection tool. Let's select this text. Let's click on Control and T, and now I will just decrease the size over here accordingly. Okay, so let me just select this one. Let me just place this one exactly over here in the center. And once you're done, here you guys will just click on OK. And after that, now if you just double click, here you guys can check out the font as well. Okay. So over here, you guys can check what kind of font are you looking for. You guys can come here and you guys can just apply that particular font from here as well. Okay. So over here, let me just take this one from here, and also at the same time, if I want to have the capital letter, I will come here and I will just take out the capital letter right from here. And if you do want to increase the spacing between the letters, you guys can come here and you guys can just increase the spacing between these letters as well. Okay, so now let's change out the color from here. Okay, so let me just go with the black color. Let's come here, let's click on enter, and once this is done, now the next thing is let's come here and let's take out a shape. Okay, so from here now let's go to my shape tool, and from here let's go to the rectangle tool right from here, and let's create up an rectangle. Okay, now I will come here and I will just take out a rectangle quite like this. And after that, once I have selected this rectangle, I won't give any stroke to it. And for fill, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm going to take out this light color. Okay, so I'll take this light color. Let's take this rectangle. Let's put it just beside this one. And also if you do want to work over here, let's come here and let's give it up a round shape. Okay, and once this is done, if you do want to move this, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can basically move this thing up as well. Okay, so let's come here, let's move this one up, and this is done as well. Okay, let's take this particular rectangle, and also at the same time, if you do want to choose this, let's click on Control T to choose this one up, and after that let's try to add up a stroke. Okay, if you do want to add up a stroke, let's come here and let's put zero point 0.5 stroke, and here this kind of looks good. And also at the same time, if you do want to give it some distortion or some wrap, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can just do that over here as well. So if you do need anything, if you want to actually put out some 3D type, okay, or if you do want to work with some other options, you guys can just click on to the windows, and from there you will get all of these options right over here. Okay, so this particular part is done as well. Now let's come here, let's take out another shape. Okay, so from here let's go to custom shape tool. Okay, and now if you right click here, you guys can see that you will have a lot of options. Let's go with some leaves. Okay, so let's come here and let's take this one, and if I just click on shift here, you guys will be able to see that I will just create this shape right over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to decrease the fill. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let's take this one. And if you do want me to move this thing up, you guys can come here. Let's try to delete this layer as well. Otherwise, let's come here. Let's select this, Control T. And if you do want to move it up, you guys can just come here and you guys can just move all of this thing up right over here as well. Okay. So Control Z back again. And over here now, I will just go back. And if you do want to create this one, let's come here. Let's just put this one down and let's just delete this particular layer. And as I do have this layer number 1 over here, let's delete this layer as well. Okay, so new, I will come here and I will just take out a shape. Okay, so for that again, I will just go to my rectangle tool, and from my rectangle tool again, let's come here and let's take out a rectangle quite like this. And after that, I will just put this one at zero point 0.5. Let's click enter. And for fill, let's take this color. Now let's put this rectangle just underneath over here. And if you do want to come here, let's say for this rectangle. And if you do want to, so if I come here and again, let's go to this option. Let's go to custom shape tool. Okay, and let's right click over here. And instead of this one, let's come to the boat option. And if you do want to apply any, you guys can come here and you guys can actually apply one right from here. Okay, so now let's take out a new layer. Okay, and in this particular layer, now let's click on shift, and I do want to apply this one right over here, and I won't keep any fill. Okay, let's give no fill over here, and for stroke I will just keep out the black stroke. Okay, so let's take this selection tool and let's come here and let me just put it right over here, and at the same time let's click on alt. Okay, and now from here again, let's take this one, let's click on alt, otherwise let's place it right over here, and let's click on Control T. And if you do want to duplicate this one, you guys can just click on Control J. Again, let's take this one, Control J, to make out a copy. And now let's just come over here, and if you do want to lock out this layer, you guys can come here and you guys can basically lock all of these layers right over here. Okay, so these extra layers which I have, you guys can come here and you guys can basically lock those layers over here as well. So let me just take only one of this layer, and now I will just place it right on one side. Okay, so now I will just come here and let me just place it. And the next thing is, let's not select anything, and from here now I do want to delete two layers. Let's select this one, let's click on shift, and now let's delete this layer over here as well. Okay, so now let's take this layer, and if you do want to move this one out, you guys can come here, move this layer out, and let's lock this one as well. Lastly, let's take out this triangle, and now let's try to create a triangle right over here. Okay, so I will just take out this particular triangle, and if you do want to give out any color, okay, let's come here, let's give this color. And now I do want to move this one up as well. So let's come here. Let's try to uh, place it over here. And now again, let's take this and Control J. Okay. And what I'm going to do is let's come here and let's just rotate this thing. Okay, so if you do want to rotate, Control T, and now let's try to give this one up a total rotation. And once this is done, let me just place this thing accordingly. Okay, so I will just come here and I will just place this accordingly. Okay, so this is done. Let's click on enter, and here now you guys can just save this one up. Okay, so if you do want to add anything else, like if you want to come here, let's go to the ellipse tool, and if you want to put this one inside a ellipse, okay, you guys can come here and let's put no fill. Okay, so let's give out no fill right over here, and now let's increase the stroke as well. Let's go with 4. Okay, so I will just give this up a stroke of 4. Let's come here and let's just decrease the size, and the same way I will just click on Control J. Let's take my selection tool from here. Now let's move this one up, and let me just place it right over here back again. Okay, so if any changes you need to make, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can just make changes of this layer accordingly. Okay, so let's come here. If you do want to increase it, let's come here, let's increase it over here as well. So Control T, back again. Okay, so let's come here, let's click on Control T, let's increase the size over here, and the same way let's increase the size from here as well. So now let's click on enter, and as this is being applied now, let's save this up. Let's go to file, and from file let's click on export, and now I will just give export as, and here I will have this particular page, and once I'm ready with this, I will just click on export. Okay, so now here I will just save this one as class project one, and this particular file is basically being saved. I will hope that you upload your work into our project panel, that we can check that out and get back to you guys. So see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.